Ava has minutes to live. She gasps as she walks through the previously sealed airlock. There's a rapid change of temperature on the other side. In here, the life support systems were still functional. Unlike the sterility in the outer temple, the air inside was sickly sweet. In her mind, the drone from the jellyfish creature continued, egging her forward. She started to understand its desires. The creature had been stuck inside this underwater bubble for ages and needed someone to interface with the Arasat security systems inside to let itself free. But first, she needs to fix her wounds. She finds an Arasat terminal and, by stroke of genius or luck, is able to access the synthetic organ production sequences. There are a list of templates that pop up in the system. She can't read it, but she clicks the first one, the most recent one. All of a sudden, the synthetic production facility turns on. Ava watches as a humanoid figure is molded and constructed in front of her. "What the fuck?" the robot exclaims. "Are you with Karam?" Ava draws her pistol and is about to utter a word when all of a sudden a shriek emanates through the facility. Welcome back to Across 8,000 Dead Worlds, where we return with Ava and a synthetic humanoid that knows about Karam Station. It is going to be up to Ava to escape the facility after turning on the life support systems. As a reminder, she is both wounded and her vac suit is no longer functional. So, once she turns that on, she does have an Arasat artifact with which to barter at Karam Station. But who the heck is this guy? Ava asks him, what the fuck are you? He's like, I'm Hugh Sunders. I'm riding Circle Class. What the fuck was the name again? How did I even get in here? What's going on? Hugh takes a look at himself and is having trouble understanding the situation that he's in, but it seems like somehow a scan of him has been downloaded into this temple. To do some bookkeeping, Ava has lost some of her ammo and batteries. She has a wound currently and enough oxygen pellets to continue on through the temple, but she is wounded. So the first thing that she needs to do is attempt to repair herself, and she's going to try doing it at this facility. So let's do a test to see if she can manipulate the facility to repair. So she's going to do an Arasat Tech roll. Arasat Tech starts at -5 skill. She has it moved up to 0. So it'll be a raw die roll. She needs to beat 20 to make the Arasat Tech work. But I think she's feeling pretty lucky right now. I think because she's been able to figure out how to manipulate the systems to get the production facility started, I'm going to give her a +10 on this roll. Can she make something to repair herself, maybe some synthetic skin? A 6. Ava is working with the systems and she's not quite able to get something working right, and that shriek comes back over through the facility. She knows that there are synthetics within this facility that have been protecting or running loose in the temple, so it is likely one of them. let's go over to the Guardians, and I think it's going to be one of these Guardians, and I think it is rapidly approaching Ava and Hugh. So the Guardians, these are standard creatures that have been cataloged by multiple expeditions, and they are very strong. There are no recorded cases of divers taking control of these for hacking purposes, and in general, when they have been spotted, people run. So let's roll again on the synthetic check. So this is an Arasat tech check. 17. With the 17, the synthetic facility spins back to life, and it attaches to Ava and starts suturing her stomach wound. And it's applying synthetic skin very similar to the synthetic skin that's been popular in the cybernetics field on Earth, but this one's much more realistic. This feels like human skin. And what's more, it continues applying, and Ava screams as her flesh is contorted within this machine. But as she comes out of it, half of her body now is wrapped in this synthetic skin. She's lost her vac suit and now has an augmentation. And we're going to rule that this augmentation is going to give the same enhancements as the McGregor-Chen Natural Arm 6T, which is a synthetic arm with synthetic skin. It gives +1 strength and armor. Generally, the version of this that you can get at Kairum Station costs 5,000. We're going to say that this is a more advanced version of it, but it's not something that Ava really knows how to construct at a perfect level, so it basically gives around that same level of boost, the +1 strength and 1 armor. Now, as she comes out of that machine, the screeches get closer, and the Guardian is on top of them. Let's roll D4 to see what kind of Guardian they run into. A 1, a Titan. That seems pretty bad. Titan-class Guardians are the simplest constructs, but they are still extremely sophisticated pieces of machinery, as evidenced by their environmental adaptability. We're going to say that this is going to be a standard Guardian, and we're going to move into combat. Let's roll for full cover. Full cover is located in Zone 2. Let's roll for an escape zone. 3. And I'm also going to roll for the location of the life support systems terminal, and that is in Zone 4. So what Ava and Hugh, if it is Hugh, will need to do is to get to this life support systems terminal and pass a successful aerosol technology check before they are able to escape from this encounter and try to get out of this temple. So we're going to have both Hugh and Ava in Zone 1 and the Titan class in Zone 4. Let's roll for initiative. Ava. 7. Hugh. 2. Titan class creature. 9. The Titan class moves first. The Titan is a brute type, so we're going to roll on the combat behavior chart for brutes. 2. Makes a melee attack or rushes toward the closest opponent. The brute is going to charge from its hiding place and move into Zone 3. The brute screams at Ava and Hugh. Ava is next, She looks over to Hugh, who is currently examining his hands, and has a hint of blackness under his eyes. Ava will move forward into the zone of full cover, and she will attempt a pistol attack against the Titan. Ava will roll for ranged combat. 7, plus her ranged combat skill of 10. The Titan will roll to avoid using its dexterity. 15. The Titan is able to avoid her attack. Ava will save the rest of her stamina and will move on to Hugh. Hugh is going to have to do a resolve check to see if he can endure seeing his body changed into a machine horror. Hugh's resolve is 10 plus 5 is insufficient to meet the horror. So let's give Hugh a penalty for failing his resolve check. For increases in stress, let's go ahead and give him plus 1 stress for entering a negative emotional state, and plus 10 stress for being the sole survivor of a mission. Hugh does have the calm talent, so the plus 10 will get reduced to 9, increasing his overall stress to 10. Reacting negatively to stress. He is around others, so let's roll a d10. 8. Lashing out. The character not only starts an argument, but potentially becomes actively aggressive, potentially causing a fight. So with lashing out, that will reduce Hugh's stress back to 0, but it now makes him actively aggressive. I'm going to have Hugh roll an attack against Ava. Hugh's rolling with his ranged combat skill of 10 for a 20. Ava, hearing the disturbance behind her, rolls a dex check to dodge. Ava rolls a 14 and is able to dodge out of the way of a blaster shot coming from Hugh. Hey, bitch, I wasn't done with you yet. What the fuck is going on? You tell me right now. God damn it. Ava also had full cover in that situation, so she is protected additionally from that blaster attack. So let's have Hugh also step in to position with Ava. We will move back to the monster's turn. Let's roll a d10 to determine his behavior. 5, rush towards the closest opponent and make a melee attack. The monster's going to rush in, and let's roll 50-50 whether he attacks Ava or Hugh. He attacks Ava. Let's roll an attack for the monster. The brute as well can move twice per turn, so we'll keep that in mind for next time. Okay, the creature's going to roll to attack. A 1. That is fantastic. Ava is going to also roll her close combat. The creature rolled a total of 7, but with the 1, it's already a critical fail. Ava rolls a 21. The creature reaches out and grabs Ava, wresting her away from Hugh. Hugh pulls out a blade from within his body and stabs back at the creature, causing the creature to stumble. As the creature falls, Ava is able to grab her blade and stab it right in the middle of its vice grip. The creature howls as it has taken a wound. Returning to Ava's turn, she's going to attempt to stab this creature again while it's prone on the ground. She will roll her close combat. 12 plus 10. That is excellent. The creature will also roll its close combat. The creature rolls a 2, plus 6 is 8. Ava beats the creature in close combat, and with her talent is able to stab the creature again and cut through his arm. Her increased strength with her new prosthetic lets her pull out superhuman strength and rip the appendage from the creature's body. The creature howls as its synthetic parts fall to pieces. Now, Ava has to contend only with Hugh, who is still in a bloodthirst. Hugh is going to attack Ava again, this time in close combat. Hugh rolls a 12, plus his close combat of 10, versus Ava, who rolls a 19. Ava is a gargantuan, ruthless monster at this moment as she grabs Hugh's arm and twists it to throw him over on the ground. Sit the fuck down. I don't know who the hell you are. I don't know how the fuck a machine like you knows about Karam Station, but I am gonna turn on the life support systems and get the fuck out of here. So get out of my way. This is your only warning. Ava leaves Hugh on the ground and strides up towards the life support systems. She reflects back to the message that she received from the Oracle and mimes her visions to the terminal screen. The terminal blinks and a hum descends on the facility as the support systems throughout the temple turn back on. The drone in her mind begins to recede as she gets a sense of gratitude from the jellyfish creature as it leaves, finally freed from its underwater prison. With the systems back on, Ava is able to find an elevator shaft and ride it back up to the hangar bay in the temple. She looks at the staff in her hand and hopes that's going to be enough for Karam Station. She gets into the circle class and pushes the button to take off. But unbeknownst to her, someone grabbed on to the bottom of her ship. And as it undocks and shoots out into space, Hugh merges into the lower compartments and is going along for the ride. Thank you, everybody, for joining me on this adventure. It's been a blast to play through this expedition of Across a Thousand Dead Worlds. I highly recommend this game if you're looking for solo horror, especially solo horror with some meat on its bones, which I think is a fantastic and evocative place to be solo role-playing from. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.